Top of the morning, good afternoon, and hello to all the coaches. A hearty and healthy Irish hello and welcome. My name is Dermot. I am the creator and the facilitator of the art and science of business building, and I'm very honored that you've taken some of your valuable time to check out our video and check out our program. All right, so let's jump in. What are we going to do here in this video? Now, my desire, my hope is that I'm going to educate you, entertain you, surprise you, and inspire you in the next 10 or so minutes. I'm going to educate you on how to be a professional coach. What do you really need to build a successful coaching practice? In this video, we're going to talk about the 5 hats of the coachpreneur, something that is very new to the program. And I'm also going to share a tip with you on how to create a coaching client. Your very first, or if you're a seasoned coach, your next coaching client. I want to entertain you. I'm going to share this content in a very light and fun way so that you can really enjoy the content. I'm going to surprise you with some statistics. Now, statistics that you may know about and some that may surprise you. And I also want to inspire you with my own program, with my own story of all the mistakes that I made when I started out building my business back in 2012. And I want to hopefully through this talk, inspire you to look at business building in a brand new way, the way we're going to be teaching it or have done for the last 4 years in the program, through service, a well-paid coaching relationship instead of, selling, marketing, and all that kind of stuff. All right. First of all, a little bit about my story. Now, I started back in 2000 and back in the days of the dinosaur. It feels that way. But back in 2012, I, got my certificate at the Ericsson International, got my ICF accreditation, and then went on to be a TA with Ericsson International for 2 years. 5 years, I was a trainer at Ericsson, training other people on how to be a coach. Now, in all that time, one of the challenges that I had was, the first mistake, should I say, that I was making was I was telling and selling. I was trying to sell people on coaching. And, in this business, the relationship business, that's like giving a fish a guitar and asking them to play Stairway to Heaven. It doesn't work, at least for the fish. And so I made quite a few mistakes. Now, another mistake that I make, and most coaches make these mistakes, by the way, is I spend a lot of time working on my business, instead of in my business. I was creating flyers. I spent a year making a website. I watched the movie, Kevin Costner's movie, Build It and They'll Come. So I spent a year building a website. They didn't come. I didn't know at the time that this is a relationship business and you have to spend time with people. Now, the third mistake that I made, and most coaches make this, is I didn't charge for coaching. I did not charge for coaching for the first year. And then in the second year, in 2013, 14, I started charging $25 and $35 for coaching. Now, I had no confidence at that time in asking for money. I didn't know how to ask for money. I didn't know what I should charge. I went on the website and, there's 500 different prices. And I remember saying to my coach, Steve Chandler, who I met 5 years later, I said, Steve, I need more confidence so that I can ask for my coaching fee. And he said, no, Dermot, you need more practice time in asking for your coaching fee. So no confidence, more practice time. And he was right. When I started practicing asking for my coaching fee, things changed. Now, I could tell you that most coaches have a hard time in the first year. They don't make very much money. I certainly didn't make any money. I mean, the only place that I could find money was in the dictionary. My mom said that poverty was not something to be ashamed of, but it is an inconvenience, and we were inconvenienced a lot. And I certainly was in those first few years. So in that whole time of working with Ericsson and being a TA and training coaches, I was trying to build my business, and I couldn't. I was making less than $20,000 a year. Now, money can feed your body, right? Put food on the table. But serving clients, what I found out, serving clients, that feeds your soul. And by the way, feeds your bank account too, which we'll talk about a little bit later. So in 2017, I met my coach. Everything changed. Steve taught me how to serve first and to let go of this thing of trying to get clients and, funnels and marketing tricks and all that kind of stuff. My mother would always say to me, Dermot, you alone can do it, but you can't do it alone. And that's exactly the same for business building. You alone can build a successful coaching practice, but you can't do it alone. And I needed Steve to teach me that because I tried it for 5 years on my own. And it's a very lonely place to try and do this by your own, So got a question for you. This is a really good question. And it's a question I ask a lot of the coaches in the first day of the art and science of business building. How do you want to build your coaching practice? Do you want to serve clients with group coaching, one-on-one coaching, workshops, seminars, public speaking, or something that's completely uniquely you? Like I've trained coaches who are yoga instructors and they do yoga and they do coaching. I have trained people who were consultants and they bring in their consultants, mentoring, therapists to bring coaching in their business building as part of their coaching practice. So, you can create this how you want. It's your business. So I want to ask you a question, and this is it's one question that I ask the coaches to consider. I'm a coach, that's what I do. But what makes your heart sing about coaching? You're a coach, that's what you do. But what makes your heart sing about coaching? Take time to think about that question. It's a really, really good one. Now, for me, it's not the coaching. Although I love the coaching, I love the training, I love the teaching, love it. But that's not what makes my heart sing. It's important to me and that's what I value and it's fun. But what makes my heart sing is, well, I got an email the other day and it was from a coach from the program from last year. And he said, Dermot, I got my first $25,000 client. And I can tell that this is now the start of my journey as a coach. And he went on to create a lot more. He's doing a great business for himself now. So that makes my heart sing. When I hear that, when someone shares that, when I get an email or a text, oh boy, that's why I do this. That's why I created the program. All right. Now, let's talk a little bit about some statistics. The coaching industry, it's the second fastest growing industry on the planet right now, next to IT. There's about 71 to 72,000 coaches in about 160 countries. And last year alone, there was $3 billion in coaching revenue. Now, what's shocking, you might think is shocking, is a high percentage of those coaches don't make it past the first year, which, blows my mind, but I understand it very well. Now, why is it that other, we'll say 30% of coaches that are doing well can create $3 billion in revenue? Why is that? Great question. It's a question that I've asked myself many times, and then I did some study on it and I found out. These coaches, these 20, 30% of coaches that stay in the game after 1 year, they know how to create enrollment conversations. They know how to be a professional coach. They know what the difference between working on their business and working in their business. They know how to create coaching packages and they know how to present them and ask for their coaching fee. A lot of coaches, when they come to my program, they don't even have a coaching fee. It's something that we spend a whole class on, coaching packages and the coaching fee. Now, let's talk a little bit about something that's fun. We're going to have a little bit of fun here. By the way, in the background, you see I did that specifically for this video. In the background is the San Francisco Golden Gate Bridge, which is just around the corner from where I live. And I used it as a metaphor because as coaches, we are a bridge. We help clients to go from looking at their dreams, and most clients don't know what their dreams are, so coaches are great for finding out, what are your dreams? What are those hidden things that make your heart sing that you don't talk about, to making them a reality? And so in essence, coaches are a bridge. We're a bridge from dreams to making realities for people. In Ireland, where I come from, we still call buses. We don't call them buses, we call them coaches. Coaches are what takes people from one destination to another destination, from where they are to where they want to be. And that's what we do as coaches. It's a great metaphor in the back there. So we'll leave it up just for fun. Okay. When I started my business as a coach and got a clue and got some help, as my mom says, you alone can do it, but you can't do it alone. True for this business. I realized that there was 5 hats or 5 areas of coaching that you need to look on if you want to create a successful coaching practice. Now, we teach this in the art and science, but I want to give you a snapshot of it here because it's really important and it'll help you just start looking at your business in a completely different way today. There's the hat of the dreamer. Let's get some hats up here just for fun. You got to have fun when you're building your business. Either don't do it. All right. So we got the hat of the dreamer. Now, the hat of the dreamer is dreams up the ideas, looks at the big picture, sees new possibilities for your business and also for your clients. An important hat. There's the hat of the planner. Now, the hat of the planner, I like this hat, by the way. The hat of the planner is the hat that where the coach runs the business, their business like a business, has a weekly schedule, has priorities, knows the difference between working in their business and working on their business, which we talk a lot about. We spent a whole class just on working on and working in your business. It's that important. So the hat of the planner, or the manager, as I call them. Now, then there's the hat of the techie. Now, in every business, you have to have a hat of your techie. If you can see that little hat there, the hat of the techie. Now, what does that mean? It means you got to know what technology you need for your business, the right camera, clear microphone, proper lighting, and also professional tech to track all your conversations with prospective clients. Now, in the program, we spent a whole class just on technology, how to use your camera, what to have in the background. You know, washing machines and washing and dryers, not a good idea. However, I've seen plenty of coaches have those in the background. All right, then there's the hat of the doer, one of my favorite hats. This is the hat of the doer, the coach that goes out and takes on the adventure, gets the stuff done, takes out the sword and gets stuff done, is working more in their business than on their business. Now, lastly, but not leastly, I'm going to put on my hat of the healer. This is the hat that you put on for taking care of your life, for having fun in your life, for having adventure in your life, for taking care of your body in your life. Because if your cup is not full, very, very hard to fill up the cup of your client. So you've got to put your hat on the health of the healer. We talk a lot about that in the program as well, the health of the healer. Again, as my mom says, you alone can do it, but you can't do it alone. In the same way that you alone can build a successful business, but you can't do it alone. This is why the program exists. Okay, we're getting close to the end. But I promised you at the start that I would educate you on how to create a client. Here's a really, really simple way. Now, in the program, we have what's called the Enrollment Arrow. I teach you how to think about pondering how to create a client, who to help. And then we talk about how to have the first conversation, second conversation, third conversation. What do you do before you meet the client? What do you do when you meet the client? What do you do in the coaching session? And what do you do after the coaching session? All these things coaches miss. I didn't know. I used to just, somebody said, oh, I'm interested in coaching. I said, great, I can't wait. Holy moly, sign the check. And I would just send them a Zoom link. And that was it. Actually, 10 years ago, it was a free conference call. You just use the telephone. Yes, you remember those things, telephones. We had them in our living rooms. They sat there. They didn't do much. So every year in the program, I get asked this question. And I ask my coach this question. Steve, how do I get clients? Plural. And coaches always ask me, they say, how do I get clients? And I'm gonna invite you to think about this differently. Ask yourself, who do I know needs help? Or another way of thinking about it is maybe you do know someone that needs help and you think to yourself, oh, what will they think of me? I did that. Coaches do that too. Instead of saying, what will they think of me? Ask, would this be helpful? If I offered an hour of coaching, would it be helpful to this person who's struggling? I had a client, a coach in the program last year, and he was hell bent on selling everything, getting clients. And I taught him how to serve clients, how to come from a place of service. Means, creating a paid coaching relationship, professionally paid relationship with a client. Doesn't mean, give free coaching and then to finally give up, which is what I nearly did and what a lot of coaches do because they're trying to sell coaching. I taught John to serve. John went on to create a six-figure coaching practice for himself. Unbelievable. All from a place of service and not selling. Before that, he was making, I don't know, about $10,000 a year. So the Enrollment Arrow is one of the tools, is one of the foundational tools that we use in the program to really help you to create a client. So the next time you're thinking about creating a client, ask, who can I help? Who needs help? See, life coaching is the opportunity to take someone's life from good to great, from okay to amazing, just like a bridge. And in the program, we give you the tools. We show you how to use them. And we also take time on helping you practice those tools in the program. And after the program, you're in the Club Fearless for 3 months. And we help you then to take the tools and to practice them and to get feedback on them. There's an explainer video down below. It explains just the structure, the process, the content, and the price of the program down below this video. Okay, let's wrap up. I hope this has been helpful. Consider this, coaches, and I believe it to be true because I've proved it to myself. And I have lots of clients that came through the program have proved it to themselves. There are clients everywhere. Trust, in my view, is the currency of the next generation. Trust is the currency of coaching. And when you're with someone, you're facilitating that currency with that trust by having coaching sessions. It's very, very important. So in the program, we'll help you to create clients, move through any fears that you might have, and to have a lot of fun while you're doing it, to really figure out what makes your heart sing and charge for it. Now, whether you decide to be in the program or not be in the program, I want you to know that I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video today, and more information below if needs be. Thank you so much. Think big, have fun, stay curious, and remember that you alone can do it, but you can't do it alone. Come and get some help. That's what we're here for. Cheers, everyone. Thank you.